Just pay your collection and it's going to be removed from your credit report. Wrong. Hi guys, I'm Omri, your credit ally here at EcoCredit. Today I want to talk about 3 big myths in the credit report world. Sometimes you'll be getting an advice from a family member or a friend on how to build your credit report, when in fact you're not really building your credit report and you're actually hurting your score. The most awful advice that I hear from people that they got from a family member or a friend is to keep a 30% balance on their credit card. That is completely wrong. Basically what you're doing is keeping a high credit card utilization. The credit bureaus actually interpreted this as if you are not capable of paying the full amount. Not only that you're carrying that balance to the next month, meaning now you're going to pay interest on it. No matter if you're just starting building your credit, if you have 1 credit card or if you have 10 credit cards, you want to have the minimum balance possible. That is why your credit card utilization is the #1 thing that is monitored on the credit monitoring apps. By the way, you should always have a 3-bureau credit report monitoring system that gives you a 3-bureau report. We recommend Smart Credit, and if you want to have an account with them, just use our promotional link down below. Only costs you $1 and there's no hard inquiry. You do not want to carry the balance from one statement to the other, not 20%, not 10%. Just make sure that you pay as much as possible so the credit utilization goes down and your credit score goes up. So to sum it all up, this is probably a myth that was pushed by the credit companies themselves to make sure that you guys always keep a balance and you pay them interest. Remember, if you pay your full balance every month on time, you will never pay interest. Myth number 2. I don't use that credit card, I'll just close it. Wrong. Do not close your credit card account. You should never close an account with a credit card unless you're paying a very high annual fee. If you have no annual fees, keep these accounts on your credit report. They're helping you build your credit. What most people don't understand is that the credit card companies don't actually report a payment on time. They report that you haven't missed a payment. What that means is that if you did not miss a payment, you're actually doing very good with your track record of your payment history. So you can accumulate more unmissed payments, and with time, this is actually the best way to build your credit report. Another very important thing to remember is that the amount of open accounts on your credit report is actually a big factor of your credit score. Meaning if you have a lot of open accounts, the credit bureaus interpret this as if you're actually managing all of these accounts very well, you're not missing payments, and you're very trustworthy, meaning you're very credible and banks would want to work with you and give you money. Another very important thing is most of these accounts that you're not using are probably older accounts. Age is a huge factor of your credit score. If that credit card account that you wanted to close is an older account, you definitely don't want to close that account. If you close that account, the average age of all of your open accounts will go lower, and that will show that you're managing that debt for less time. Keep that credit card account open. By the way, if you actually want that credit card to serve you, make sure to call that bank and get a limit increase. Remember, you haven't missed a payment in years. Tell them that you want to start using that card again and in high amounts, and they will most likely increase the limit. So now instead of closing that account, you're actually utilizing it, because the overall limit that you have from your credit cards is also a big factor on your credit report health and on your credit score. Meaning if you have $50,000 in your credit cards combined, that actually shows that a lot of credit card companies are willing to work with you. Not only that, that will help you lower the percentage of your credit card utilization, because now after you increase the limit, you have a higher limit and the ratio from the debt goes lower. For example, and pay close attention, if you have 5 credit cards and each one of them has a $1,000 limit and you owe $200 on each one of these accounts, you owe $1,000 in credit card debt. You have a limit of $5,000, meaning your credit card utilization is at 20%. If you can get a limit increase from one of these cards, that means that you will owe the same amount of money, but your overall limit is higher, meaning your credit card utilization will be lower. So don't close your old credit card account. Actually make them work for you, make them have consecutive unmissed payments, and try to get a limit increase to improve the condition of your credit report. Myth number 3, I'm going to pay my collection and it is going to be removed from my credit report. Wrong. If you have a collection on your credit report, whether if it's a medical bill, utility bill, or any other type of bill, don't rush into paying it. If you pay, you're actually claiming liability over that debt. admitting it is yours and it is legitimately posted on your credit report. Now, if the collection company did reach out to you and they're trying to collect that money, remember, they're not doing anything for your benefit. Their job is to collect the money from you. That is why they're called the collection company. So they're going to say whatever they need to make sure that you actually make the payment. Many of my customers told me that they were promised the collection will be removed after the payment, but I know that the collection companies actually promised them a different thing. They say it is going to be updated. What they mean is that the balance is going to go from the amount that you owed to zero. Now, don't get me wrong, paying your debt is good, but remember, you just admitted that this is a legitimate collection on your credit report. Now it will be much more difficult to have it removed from your credit report. Most collection companies don't have all the information needed to 100% accurately post on your credit report. Meaning, if we can find the most little inaccuracy on that collection, we can have it removed without having that balance paid. Now, if you already paid the collection company and your collection now shows zero balance, that is actually a good thing. You only minimize the problem, you didn't fully solve it. Meaning your balance is now zero, but you still have a derogatory remark on your credit report. We can probably still have it removed, but it will probably take a little bit more time. So what we really want to do is we want to have this collection completely removed from your credit report. But remember, the fact that it is no longer on your credit report doesn't mean you don't owe the money. The bank, the lender, and the collection company, they know that you still owe that money, but you used the law in your favor to have this collection removed. What happens most of the time is the collection company actually returns the collection back to the original creditor. If that debt goes back to the original creditor, they probably will find a way to have it posted again on your credit report using a different collection company. To ensure that debt is never going back on your credit report, best thing would be to actually make a payment. Now, you can settle with the original creditor or settle with the collection company and make sure you pay only a fraction of the original amount. But the best part is if you make a payment on a collection after it was removed from your credit report, there is no way it's going back on your credit report. This way, you have zero debt and you have no derogatories, no collections, and nothing negative posted on your credit report. So these are 3 credit report myths that I keep hearing from my customers, and it's very important that we put the truth on the table. If you guys know of any other crazy credit report myths, let us know in the comments below. If you find this information helpful, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insightful tools. And if you heard of any other crazy credit report myth, let us know in the comments below.